Good morning. Welcome to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Diana Rich, joined in the studio with our producer, Alex Snyder. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be here on a Friday.
Yeah, I know. Is it going to rain out?
It's going to rain. I like rain. I like the cloudy weather, too.
I feel like we haven't had that much rain, so I don't mind it. But when it rains multiple days in a row, it is pretty dreary. So, did you go to the farmer's market last night?
No, I didn't. I haven't until October 14th. Somebody commented on our last.
You're right. So yes, Dina did. And her son, Max, is Market Max. And
he's coming.
Is he going to come to the show?
He's coming on the show on, I can't read
that far. Awesome. Good.
October 11th.
That'll be great. You'll have to follow the farmer's market on Facebook and see all the cool stuff he's been up to. So that'll be awesome. Later on the show, I'll be speaking with Ed Rathjen, the new high school principal here in Washington. So looking forward to talking to him about what's going on at the school and next week's homecoming. So all the homecoming festivities on the calendar for next week. But first, let's take a look at the weather. Today, chance of storms, high of 76. Later tonight, also a chance of storms, high of 63. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy, high of 81. It's really been great temps out lately. So can't argue with that. For community events, we have the Weary Ramblers at Pizza on the Farm tonight at 5 p.m. If you haven't been to Pizza on the Farm in Wellman, find them on Facebook. It's a really neat event. You can go, take your own cooler, take your own chairs, and then you can buy pizza while you're there and just hang out on the farm and listen to music. But if it's raining, I don't know if that would be good. So make sure to check to see if that's still going on if you're interested. Tomorrow, Junk in the Trunk Flea Market in Central Park from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can check that out if you like to garage sale and check out people's goodies from the back of their trunk. And then Sunday, Orange Acres Pumpkin Patch is open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you had Braden on.
Yeah, they were on,
on the show.
Wednesday.
Awesome. And then Sunday, Library Fun Fest. Celebrate summer reading success on Sunday at the library from 3 to 5 p.m. All right, lots of great activities. Yeah. Are you going to go check out the Junk in the Trunk flea market? You said you like to garage sale, right?
I'm going to be gone this weekend again.
Okay. So. Not this weekend. All right.
Not this weekend.
Very good. Let's take a look at the police report, the Washington Police Report. Caller reports that the van was back in the area that was selling cleaning materials about an hour ago, and she snapped a picture of the van. 9215 responded and spoke with the caller. He then located the vehicle at Casey's East in Riverside. They were advised they could not solicit without a permit.
How are you? Who's selling cleaning supplies out of a van? And who's buying cleaning supplies out of a van?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you?
I wasn't selling them or buying them. Was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
Okay.
I mean, if I would have seen it, maybe I would have checked it out. Maybe it was cool.
Yeah. Next call. Caller reports 2 people with bicycles in the dumpster at the neighbor's residence. 110 and 111 responded. Subjects were advised to stay off private property.
Dumpster diving.
Interesting. Yeah, could be some goodies. Iowa City Police Log. First call, male saying he is possessed. I've heard calls like this from the Iowa City Police Log before. Yeah, that's not the first one. Probably not the last. Another call from Iowa City saw a male pouring vodka into his coffee while he was driving. That's illegal.
It's the morning, boost you need sometimes.
Oh, man, probably shouldn't do that behind the wheel. But at first I thought maybe it was somebody tailgating last week until I saw while he was driving. So last call in Iowa City, male in a clown suit on a bike standing outside of the building. Not doing anything wrong, but reporting party was concerned because she just read about how police were looking for him.
We've had 3 clown calls in Iowa City, so...
Do you think it's the same clown?
I think it might be. The one, because he was the one who was yelling at,
the kids outside the sandwich store. They need to start taking pictures, I think, and posting the police log with a picture of the clown.
Yeah, we need to see the clown.
We need...
I need to see how scary he is.
We need evidence of this, yeah. Oh, man, jeez. Well, I'm glad that they called him in if the police were looking for him, so... Very good. That's all we have for the police report. Stay tuned when we come back from commercial break. We'll be talking with Washington High School Principal Ed Rathjen.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers, and sellers to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Come and discover the perfect blend of fashion and home decor at Purposefully You Boutique and Home. Find that love it, gotta have it outfit or rustic farmhouse decor. Take one of our DIY sign workshops or rediscover a treasured piece of furniture with Annie Sloan Chalkmate. Conveniently located at 107 West 2nd Street in Washington in the Carson Plumbing Building, 1 block north of the downtown square. Purposefully You Boutique and Home, where we are here to inspire you.
Hey, I mean, what do cows read the most? Catalogs.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Diana Rich, and I'm joined with Washington High School Principal Ed Rathjen, or as the students call you, Mr. Rathjen.
Right.
Right, but I'll call you Ed today because that's easier to pronounce. Less syllables. So, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about yourself. So this is you're new in your role this year at Washington, and you're a new Washington resident.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I grew up in Geneseo, Illinois, which I say is very similar to Washington in size and feel. And so, as I tell my students, and I'm a farm kid at heart, so kind of grew up in a smaller rural town, and that's where I feel at home and get the same vibe as I'm here at Washington now. Professionally, I did pharmaceutical sales for a number of years and had my own business for a number of years, and got to a point where I always had a passion for teaching, and so I went back and got my teaching certificate about 8 years ago, and I've worked at Davenport the whole time, 7 years, and started at the alternative school, which I had a lot of fun, and developed a real passion for kids that maybe face some additional struggles in life, and so working with those students and helping them, and then went over to Central High School and worked with some students over there in what we called our redirection program. So always those students that just need a little more help and guidance to get to find success, and so that's where I've been. A couple of years ago, or more than that, 4 years ago, I wanted to do more, and so I wanted to get into administration, and went back to school and got my master's degree, and the rest is history. Here I am, and I'm really happy and excited to be here.
Awesome. That's great. Where did you receive your degrees from, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, I started out at Muscatine Community College. Didn't know if I was really going to go on anything beyond that, and took ag marketing. A couple of friends of mine, we decided we were going to go on, so I ended up down at Southern Illinois. So I got my agronomy degree from Southern Illinois, and then I got accepted through Iowa State, but I had to drive there a couple of weeks, and I was like, I can't drive there and keep up with the rest of my life, so I ended up going to Fort Hays State University, which is an online program.
Okay.
which was very interesting because that was right around COVID. And so I was already in an online educational program, and then we had to teach online. And so it was a really great experience for me because it gave me some good understanding of what I needed to do as an instructor, since I already was a student in that setting as well. So that was good.
Very good. I always think that's interesting. So, so you've been school's been in session now for a month, and with the kids there, and you've been working for longer.
Yes.
What's been going on at school, or what's been your focus in the first month with kids?
Well, our first focus is what we call capturing kids' hearts. And we know that we need to develop a relationship with our students and make them feel comfortable with us. And so we're very passionate about it. It's a program that Washington's had in place for, I think, 3 or 4 years now. And that's really the first step in working with students, is developing that relationship. Then the other thing we've been working on is what we call our professional learning communities. So really sitting down and trading best practices and trying to identify what we want to teach our students. So if they're going to come into algebra, say, we want to make sure that they're learning the same things. Doesn't matter if you're teaching, I'm teaching, or Alex is teaching, the students are going to walk out of Algebra 1 all learning the same thing.
Right.
And so trying to collaborate that way and figure out, then we sit down and look at our data. So if we look at a test and we go, well, every student missed number 15. Why did they miss number 15, and what can we do differently to help them bridge that gap? So trying to do some of that work as well. And then the other thing we're slowly working on, and has been a passion of mine, is helping kids understand their brain a little better and how to utilize it. I think that's one thing that we can improve in education, not just here at Washington by any stretch. And so we're calling it our Brain Academy, so trying to help students understand their brain a little bit better. And that's one of the reasons why I came to Washington. I think they're very sensitive to that, and trying to work with our students and give them some additional tools that they'll need, not only to be in high school, but in life in general. And it's something that I've been passionate about and doing a lot of research on. As I sat in my classes, I was like, okay, what's going on in my classroom, and how can I help my students? And a lot of them was just how to set a goal and achieve it, and some of the things that maybe you and I got in life, but they didn't have parents that were able to teach them those things. So trying to help them build those skills as well.
Yeah. Wow. Great. That sounds awesome. So as you're, focusing on those things and getting situated in your new role, and trying to meet everybody and learn the names and find where you're going. Right. How's that all been going?
Fascinating. I know right before school started, Mr. Stone, who's the superintendent, asked me, well, how's it going? And he goes, fire hose or garden hose? And and the point was, he goes, are you getting the information at a reasonable pace, or is it just overwhelming you? Uh-huh. And I said, well, I learned how to use the phone today. And so it's those kind of things, right? There is a ton of information coming at me because I'm new to the district, but just being new to my role. And then trying to get the everyday things of how do I use a phone? How do I log into my computer and getting all that situated? But no, I think I'm past that point now. So it's nice. I'm getting at a point where I can start to really dig in and start to help some people. So yeah, I'm at a good spot. I'm having fun.
Very good. And you're in a newer school, so that's got to be nice, a newer office building. And tell me about the staff at the high school right now. Do you have a lot of people who have been there, some veterans, or do you have a lot of new staff, or is it a mix?
Yeah, we have a nice mix. Obviously the district did a buyout last year, so there's a lot of new faces. So we do have a lot of new people. We have people that have been with the district in new positions. So Nathan Miller, our athletic director, has been with the district a while, but new spot.
Yeah.
Ben Oberman is our instructional coach, been in the district a while, but a new spot. 2 out of the 3 secretaries are new, so we do have a lot of new faces, but that's good. It's a nice mix. So we got some really skilled teachers who've been there a while, and we'll bring in our new teachers and get them coached up by the existing teachers who have all this great skill sets. And I think it's a really good mix, and it's always nice to bring some new faces and new perspectives into the building and keep us on our toes.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of being on your toes, there's a lot of construction going on over there. Has that hindered anything over there, or is it just, a little bit of noise next door and it doesn't bother you too much?
Well, it's interesting, and as a principal, I I tried to be prepared as I could. But one of the things that you can't prepare for is we had to relook at all our fire procedures. So if we have a fire alarm and a fire drill, where are we going to go? Well, we can't go out that door anymore because there's a wall there now. And so those are the little things that you got to make sure that you get covered. Obviously, working with teachers and students are hugely important, but we got to make sure they're safe as well. So those are some of the little things that construction has kind of challenged us with. But we're extremely excited with the construction. We're very, very blessed and happy that the community supports us in that way. And so, yeah, it's fun challenges. We'll take those challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very exciting for the district and for the high school.
Yes.
So. Yeah, very good. Well, I see you're sporting your Washington cross country shirt. Have they had a home meet yet?
They have not. Next Tuesday will be the first home meet for them. So
Great.
that'll be part of our homecoming activities next week. So not only is the football game going on, but we still have other sports and activities that our students are in. So I think next Tuesday, I want to look quickly. It's volleyball and cross country, and we got middle school football going on. So there's a lot of activities going on this week. So yeah, not just the football game, some other activities as well.
Awesome. And I heard
can come out and support.
And I heard they're bringing back Powder Puff this year.
We are bringing back Powder Puff to the Powder Puff game. So that will be, I believe, is that Thursday or Friday? I'm trying to look. Nope, that's Wednesday evening or Wednesday, 7 a.m.
Powder Puff at 7 a.m.
That's what it says here.
That sounds interesting. Did you ever play Powder Puff growing up?
Well,
I guess you were a guy,
no,
but
yeah, did not.
Did you have Powder Puff when you were in high school? Did you go and support?
Yeah, I did go support.
Did you coach?
No, I didn't. No coaching.
Supported.
Yeah,
Powder Puff was one of my favorite homecoming activities. So lots of things going on for homecoming.
Right.
Kids are building floats and
float building, a lot of activities. So, and then we've got our Spirit Week. So every day we do something a little different as far as wearing some outfits. And so one of them is a biker versus surfer. And I don't know if my kids understood that I've had a Harley in my past, so I'll be able to easily dress as a biker and probably shock a few of them. So
awesome.
that'll be kind of fun. So yeah, and then it'll end the course with a week at having our home football game, and the band will be there. And I really like the home football games because so many students get involved. Not only the football players, but the band and and I'm hoping that I don't miss somebody, and I will, and I don't mean to. But I know the color guards out there and the cheerleaders and the student section. The first game was roaring loud and filled the bleachers, and they all were dressed for Barbie theme, which was hilarious to see the guys come out with their pink, one had a pink mohawk, and that was kind of fun to see. But they really got into the game, and unfortunately I missed last week. I was out all last week with COVID. So,
oh, dang.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you can check that box, and then you'll be done with COVID for a while.
I hope so. First time I had it, and I'm done. I prefer not to have it again.
What's the theme for Friday night's game for the student section? Is it Spirit or...
I think it's Demon Spirit Day for the day. I don't know if I've got anything listed for the evening.
Okay. Yeah. Like you said, it is fun going to home football games because kind of everybody gets into it, and there's people of all ages, and the community really comes out and supports everything that's going on at the field.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty fun, and hopefully it'll be good weather since we're still going to be at the end of September, and so that'll be fun. Very good. Are you going to ride in a homecoming float or do anything crazy?
I don't know. I haven't been invited to do that, and I don't mean to sound like I don't know what's going on, but part of, since I have so much going on, I've got to rely on, and I've got really great people, so I got to rely on people to make sure that they're getting their stuff done. So I kind of turn this over to Nathan, and so he kind of just fills me in with what he's doing. So that's what's going on. But no, I have not been invited to be on a float yet. So, but I'm sure one way or the other, I'll be at least at the parade.
And you'll be dressing up every day next week for all of
most of the days.
Yeah,
most of the days. I'm not a pajama day guy, but I do.
That's
I
my,
do
my
most
kids.
of the day.
My kids too. They're like, we're not going to wear pajamas. I'm like, that's fine. But they get into all the other days for sure. So.
Absolutely.
Very good. When I read Biker Day at first, I was thinking like bicycle. And my husband's like, no, it's like motorcycle. And I'm like, oh. And I saw a little graphic with a motorcycle. So
yeah, somebody asked me, and I said I got both because I ride my bike on the bike path, which is really nice to have here in town. And so I can get up in my bicycle outfit, or I can get my leathers on, and I've sold my bike. I don't have it now, but yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I think the kids would really like that. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. I'm tempted to have my brother. Unfortunately, it'd be a bit of a hassle, but he's got a really nice chopper bike that I would like to have parked outside and just stand by it. But I think maybe that might be a little much to ask him to do that.
I don't know. I think you should maybe be like, you should be the first one in the homecoming parade driving it around, but.
Oh, it's a little loud.
Maybe not.
Yeah, if it wasn't quite so loud, but yeah, and I haven't driven it. It's a bit, because it's kind of stretched out, it's a bit of a different feel to that bike. But yeah, maybe I have to work on that next year. I can find somebody that I can borrow one that's a little quieter and be in the front of the parade.
There you go. All right. Well, let's head to commercial break, and then when we get back, I'll finish up with talking with Ed, and we'll play the birthday game.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
You know, it's not a question of what all you have and so on with your life. It's who is in your life and how much you care for them and how much they care for you. And Tammy definitely cares.
I met Tammy about 20 years ago when her daughter was in Special Olympics and I was coaching. Told me that she was into doing senior benefits. We became even closer friends. She cares about everybody, especially the seniors. So call her.
Welcome back to Washington Live. I'm joined in the studio with Washington High School Principal Ed Rathjen, and we've been talking about what's going on at school, and then homecoming, of course, is next week. Having a great conversation about what's going on at the high school. One thing that the district kind of moved to after COVID or during COVID was early out Fridays. Mm-hmm. And so the kids get to go home at 1:10 or 1:15 or whatever time. I just know what time my kids get home from the bus. Right. I actually don't know what time. But the teachers have in-services some days, and some days they have work days. What are you guys up to today?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we've got several things that we work on. We work on Capturing Kids' Hearts, which is a program to build relationships. And then we've got what we call our professional learning communities. So we break teachers into their subject area and have them get together and have conversations about what are we currently teaching, what do we want the kids to learn, how do we know if they've learned it, what do we do if they haven't learned it, and what do we do if we have. And so those are our 4 key questions that we talk about. And really the overall thing is almost process improvement if you were at a manufacturing facility. So we're trying to figure out what's our goal in teaching for the semester and units, and then looking at it and analyzing it. How well did it go? Where can we improve for next time so that we're getting the best lessons possible for our students? And then, as I talked about, we're trying to incorporate some of our Brain Academy in there to help students understand how to utilize their brain most effectively. And so really it's a nice 3-legged stool where we're able to build relationships with students. We're making sure we're getting the best information in the best ways possible, and then we're supporting their brain health and use as well. So today is a little bit different because we're trying to do vertical alignment. So if you think of that concept of the math department getting together and have conversations, what's the art teacher doing and what's the choir teaching doing, and that gets a little more challenging to do. And so today we're trying to do what we call our vertical alignment, so they'll get to meet with the other art choir teachers and other teachers across the district, so that they can kind of go, okay, what are we doing? And then they can also figure out how do we get the kids to transition from one school to the next as smoothly as possible. So we're communicating and making sure that it's not just a program for here at Lincoln Elementary, it's a program that is K through 12, and making sure that that's rolls smoothly from one end to the other. And so, it's very important for us to have time to get together, and it's difficult to find enough time to do all the things that we'd like to do and train ourselves and be prepared for our students. But that's what we're doing today.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds great. Just kind of being integrated and working together and communicating. That sounds...
Yeah, and the odd thing, like I said, I came into teaching late, is you sit in this little box and you're kind of by yourself all day long. And so I was at the alternative school. I was the only one teaching my subject. And you kind of sit at the end of the day, am I doing a good job? Am I getting the right lessons? Am I doing this properly? And it was always enjoyable for me to get some opinions and feedback from other teachers to make sure that I'm being the best teacher I can be. And that's really what we do on these days off. We're sitting down and we're having conversations and go, where can we improve and bring the best information to our students?
Yeah, that's great. So you said, vertical alignment kind of with the specials, it sounds like, mostly. So then how does that affect the other teachers on a day like today? So are they working on this also? Is it like a group team effort, or are they focused on different things today?
A little bit, but we do some vertical things where we can look at through the district, but we're also talking about some individual things. And today for those teachers, we're primarily looking at the process of what we call the professional learning committees, because there's a very distinct process and goals that we're trying to do. And so we're trying to educate ourselves on that process, so that one of the things, for example, is how is our assessments, and what's our assessment philosophy, and what are we trying to look at to benefit the students most appropriately. So the goal is that if we have 3 teachers teaching Algebra 1, that they're giving the same final assessment, and then taking a look at that data and going, okay, what sections do the kids seem to understand well? What sections do they struggle with? And how can we help them learn those sections that they're struggling with? Rather than sitting in our own little box and on our own little island and trying to figure that out ourselves, we're trying to do it as a group and as a team. And that's why we're trying to carve out some time out of our week so that we have time to do that, because there's just not enough time to do that with our 20 minutes in the morning before and the 20 minutes after, and help students who are struggling and coming in and asking us questions and all the other things that we're trying to get done in a given day.
Yeah, and I'm sure the afternoon goes quickly when you have a work session like that too. But a couple hours is better than your 20 minutes, so you'll take it, right?
Yes, we'll take whatever time we can get to collaborate and work together.
Very good. Anything else that you want to add?
No, I'm excited to be here. It's been a wonderful opportunity. I'm absolutely in love with the community and the school, and the people we have there are outstanding. And I think one of our real strengths, and it shows up in the data, is that we partner and build relationships with our students, and I think that's a really key thing to be doing.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're lucky to have you, and welcome to the community. And now we'll move on to the National Days and Celebrity Birthday Game, if you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, sounds good. What do we have for National Day today, Alex?
National Ice Cream Cone Day. I like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And National White Chocolate Day.
I would celebrate both of those.
Yeah.
I would probably both.
I like both of those.
Yeah. Do you like ice cream?
Love ice cream.
Do you like white chocolate?
Not so much. I like regular, the milk chocolate. No dark, no white, but.
Milk chocolate? Yeah, I would probably choose milk chocolate out of all the chocolates. How about you?
I'm a white chocolate person.
Are you? Yeah. All right. Very good. All right.
Okay. Let's get started.
Celebrity birthdays.
First one, Tom Felton. He's Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter.
I wouldn't have known any of those things.
You don't know Harry Potter?
Nope.
You've never watched Harry Potter?
No, I have not. Have you watched
Harry Potter? I know Harry Potter, but I don't get much time to watch TV. So some of the new celebrities, I would have no idea who this gentleman is if I met him on the street.
I'll go 37.
I'm thinking 32.
36.
All right. So I get 1 point.
You get 1 point.
All right.
Next one is Jason Alexander. He is George on Seinfeld. George Costanza.
All right. I will go 62.
I think he's a little older. I'm going to go 66. I'm sure he's older than I think.
63. Both get a point.
All right. Look at that.
Next one is Anthony Mackie. He's Falcon and Captain America.
Okay. He kind of looks like Will Smith a little bit in the face. I mean, he doesn't look as old as Will Smith, but Falcon and Captain America. Huh. I will go 34.
I think he's a little older. I'm going to go 38.
44.
Oh, no points for either.
Points. This one I hope you know.
I do know.
Bruce Springsteen.
I'm going to go 72.
I was going to say he's probably way older than I realize. I'll also say I remember my big brother listening to him. I'll bet 74.
Right in the middle, 73.
73.
You were one off on 3 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, you did well.
Lucky. All right. So I win 3-2.
Yeah.
All right. Did a good job for your first birthday game.
Yeah, not bad at all. I'll have to work on that and improve.
Yeah, I usually just don't really recognize famous people, so it helps when there's a little description. So, well, thanks again for joining us on Washington Live.
Thank you. This has been fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, good. And good luck with all your homecoming activities.
Thank you.
Should be an awesome week.
Yes.
Anything else we need to talk about today?
That's
Alex? All right. Thanks for joining us on Washington Live. As always, if you have any ideas for someone who you'd like to see on the show or learn more about their organization, email us at washialive@gmail.com. And if you're interested in advertising on Washington Live, please contact the Southeast Iowa Union and ask for Julie.